Hello, and welcome everybody to saveVSgames presents Curse of Strahd, Candle in a Thunderstorm. And so, oh boy, where are we? How is everybody doing? We have a new member joining us this week. We have a lot of stuff going on. Crazy ending last episode. I guess the best thing we can do right now is to do a little recap of what just transpired, so that we can all be refreshed a little bit and properly set up what comes next. So midnight.
Yes.
As last week's episode ended, you turned around just in time to see the look of terror on Helki's face as the floor beneath her literally started to quickly rise and lift upward at an alarming rate that you could not react to, but you could see that look in her eyes as she passed upwards out of your view. Immediately after Groza, the hulking weight of Groza, stepped off the pressure plate, there was this click sound. And Helki, who was nervously following the group, taking up the rear down the stairway, she was gone in an instant. The sound of the stone grinding on stone echoing through the entire basement chamber here that you guys have walked down into. And you can hear it goes far above as quickly as this elevator shaft rises. And it becomes evident that it is some kind of mechanical elevator shaft as you hear chains and pulleys up above. As this thing rises up into the darkness, in a matter of seconds, it has gone 100 feet, what you imagine to be 100 feet above you, as it's gone into the blackness. You have no idea. But below you, there is just a square where the floor masks, where this trap sort of sits, and it masks the area that the pressure plate was on. In that moment when you saw her, when you see her, the panic in her eyes before she was carried out of sight, just take a second and think about how you'd be feeling there. How does it strike you to see a fellow follower of Ezra just disappear like that? And with your goal of reaching this dragon's head seeming so close to you now, just behind that door, in fact, you're standing mere 15 feet away from the door that contains this the essence of this dragon. Actually, this door was open as well, so you could see into this room last week. And you could see, that it's just above this doorway. You feel that in your being, and this choice to make. Which one do you go towards? Because directly behind you, your friend is disappearing up into the sky, and right in front of you is this thing you've been going for days now. Seemingly the only hope that you have right now. So we'll give you a second to think about that. And Groza.
Yes.
You fell last week when fighting with Van Richten.
In the most poetic way I can imagine. By the saber-tooth tiger I cut up and ate. I mean, it was poetic justice. He rolled a nat 20, did 1 HP, or 1 damage more than I had. It was perfect.
It was a poetic justice, as you say. And as you were fighting Van Richten, you fell, or I guess technically yes, the tiger, and you fell, and you had this strange visitation to the Amber Temple in the mountains. You felt like you were back there again for a second, like it was sort of like a dream. But you were awakened by the sounds of combat around you. You felt like you had to come back and you had work to do. And but something about that dream, something about that spiritual journey you just took is sitting with you still. It seemed really important. The lady was trying to tell you something. Maybe to show you something that you didn't get out of it the first time. Maybe if you went back to sleep at some point, maybe you don't know how to visit her yet or anything like that, how to talk to her yet. It's not like you pray to the lady at all, but you do have this like sort of a memory, a fuzzy memory of the dream, where you see like two silhouetted figures talking in front of like a fiery lit background. And it seems like it doesn't make any sense. It's faded and fuzzy, but it's one of those things that as soon as you keep trying to think about it, it's bothering you. What was it that you saw back there? Did you hear some chanting? What were the sounds that you heard there? It was hard to tell because you were also at the same time, while trying to figure this out, you were filled with this rage, and the lady's power is fusing through you. How can you stay quiet and watch this dream happen when there's so much rage, when there's so much making you feel alive? You woke up and you felt completely triggered, and you went back into combat with the lady's power surging through your hand, redirecting somehow. And your hand is now grown 3 to 4 times in size from its normal hand. And it doesn't seem to be healing fully. There's small cracks of light shining through the skin, like streams of lava. But your hand is definitely, although it is slightly painful and it feels like it's hard to move, it is very strong. You can almost feel like you're crushing the steel of your weapon when you grip it tightly. Wenny, you hear Helki's last shout for help as the elevator rises up into the blackness and out of sight. Your traveling companion, your friend, is now lost somewhere into the castle. And you look around and see these two hulking figures surrounding you. And suddenly you feel a little more alone. They are, one of them's wearing ancient armor that's supposedly Strahd's old battle armor, and the other is a, at times, fairly angry gentleman. seems to be fairly cultured for a mountain man, but he is just that. And you know, being here in this moment of silence after the elevator stops, and you hear the stone stop grinding, and you guys know that this sound could have been heard throughout the entire castle, possibly. It echoed through all the chambers, the gears resonating, clink, clink, clink of the chains. You wait in anxious silence as you try to figure out what's going on. In midnight, as you see Helki's terror, what exactly are you feeling?
Midnight feels a little bit conflicted right now, honestly. On one hand, the skull's right there! It's right there! And on the other hand, new friend just got neumed to some unknown part of the castle. To who knows where, and who knows if she's still alive or dead at this point.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, she's thinking like, she's like conflicted. There's like, the skull's right here, but she's up there. What do I do? Who do I go for?
That's definitely what
she's
you're
a little bit conflicted on which way to go.
Well, inside that confliction, it grows. It turns into something that you can feel. All of a sudden, you can hear the dragon's voice in your head again.
Midnight, you have found me. I have held out for so long knowing the Morning Lord would one day send a disciple to purge me of this constant darkness. I did not realize he would send you.
And you guys can walk towards this room if you want to as you're hearing this. But Midnight is the only one hearing this voice right now. So, just to let you know.
I did not realize he would send you. No wonder I could reach out to you from so far away. Hello, Lady Ezra.
Midnight's just kind of like, the group can see just like her head just slowly cocking to the side.
You're the only one who heard that. And there's silence and eerie dripping of water through the cracks in the ceiling, occasionally hitting a puddle, and just waiting for, there's maybe the sounds of bats in the distance. It's hard to tell what else is happening. But the rest of you guys are just hearing the silence. Midnight's hearing that voice.
And Midnight's kind of gonna, after, a few seconds of her head cocked to the side, staring straight through that door, she's gonna reply in Draconic. Don't know if anyone else has heard it besides her or not. She'll just reply in Draconic, "What do you mean?"
You always sound like that?
So you guys are having this
Midnight.
moment of wondering what the hell Midnight's talking about as she's
Midnight, was that you trying to talk to us, or are you having some sort of malfunction?
Oh, could no one else hear that?
Yeah, we heard what you just did. What was that?
Draconic.
Okay. Yeah, Draconic. Okay, that's something.
The skull was talking to me. I didn't know only I could hear it.
Oh, that's why you're staring. Oh, okay. Okay, it's more of that pointy stuff you guys been doing. You pointing at her, Winnie? You guys doing the pointy thing?
No. I can't cast that spell.
It's a spell? Oh.
Honestly, Winnie hasn't even noticed that Midnight's been talking. He's between losing Barisk and losing Helki. He's just pacing back and forth, trying to figure out what to do.
All right. Make a perception check at disadvantage while you are doing that as well. And Groza, what are you doing after she says that?
Rosa's gonna go look at the skull.
Okay, so you're walking into the room first. Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That is
disadvantage.
21.
Oh, it's a 21?
Hey.
Oh, yeah, plus 10.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Weird. Okay, so you notice that out of this door down the way, there's some light flickering, and you hear some clacking sounds and stuff down the hallway there.
All right, and I just saw Groza head towards the bone room.
Yeah.
All right, I will motion silently to Midnight to come on. There's no sense in standing out here waiting to get caught.
So you guys should be able to click on that little thing there once you're in there, and
I'm
it'll take
struggling to be able to control my token.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't seem to drag my token anywhere.
Do you have the right thing selected? Token select?
Yeah, it should be the little person and the little bracket and the token select, yeah. It's just I can't drag her. Yeah.
I'll make sure you get it figured out in a second.
Yeah. And it's the leave scene button, right?
Pardon?
I mean, press the leave scene button to transverse to the next room, or?
Yeah, that's what everybody was doing, yeah.
Oh, Midnight, my foot!
Okay, I'm going to be there in a second to join you.
I don't know if it's because the game is paused or not.
I've been to this place in real life.
I will delete your token and bring you a new token, okay? And we'll see if that works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just go with it for a little
Wing
bit,
it.
and then we'll figure it out.
We'll wing it.
I don't know why it wouldn't, but...
It's not because the game is paused on my end, is it?
Well, if it's paused on your end, then yes. You can't move when it's paused.
Okay, that fixed it.
Good
I'm just
stuff.
stupid.
Alright, so let's get back to what we were doing.
Rosa's just looking around in astonishment, like, wow.
Okay, so yeah, as you enter this room, it's clear that this is a place of pure evil. I mean, the walls are lined, literally, floor to ceiling, with skulls, femurs, humeruses, but there's nothing funny about it, and all kinds of every bone you can name in the bone language. There's another shot for you to give you a better idea of some of the carnage that is left in this room over the years.
I've been here in real life.
Pardon?
This place exists in the Czech. I've been here in real life.
Oh,
it
yeah.
exists in the Czech Republic.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think that was probably
I was about to
inspiration
say.
for this, to be honest, but I'm not
I
sure.
was about to say Paris catacombs.
It's fascinating and horrifying at the same time.
There is history here.
I thought you were gonna try to make like a my mother-in-law's house joke or something. Honestly.
Oh no.
Certainly
Wow.
full of evil.
We have a room just like this back at the village.
As you,
Nothing?
Enough.
Okay.
Not sure if that's
It was a joke.
creepy or
It
not.
was a joke, guys. We're not cannibals.
Side eye. If I could side eye.
Just trying to lighten the mood. The tension is very thick, especially for Winnie.
you can see the chairs are made of human bones with hands, where you can place your hands. It's quite actually artistic in one way. It's not necessarily easy to appreciate, as it is quite revolting at the same time, as you realize that all these were people that would have entered into this castle at one point or another and not left.
And now
so,
the furniture.
as you guys walk into the room, Midnight, you hear that voice again. I am honored by your presence here. Although I am very weak, so long have I spent waiting, pushing down the darkness surrounding us here. This is a place of vileness. It presses upon my head. It leaks in. Through my skull, dark, shadowy water dripping through the cracks, erasing me. No, replacing me. The lights in the room begin to dim slightly.
Okay, that's creepy.
Midnight. And you guys are all hearing this now. When he comes, I lose hope. He waits for me to falter. He does not wait for me. He doesn't. I cannot leave this place, Midnight. So much death. Lady Ezra, tell me, how can there be hope with so much death? And the shadows of the room start to move around as the lanterns that are lighting this place flicker. You guys want to do
Winnie,
anything?
did you hear that too?
I did. I don't like it. Boost me up. I want to see if that person is coming down the hall.
Boost you up?
Yeah, I want to look through those windows on the door and see if that person I saw coming down the hall is in the hallway yet.
Gotcha. Jump into my giant green hand.
I'm just going to move you guys
And
to
then
here so nobody teleports out of the room.
And I'll boost him up.
Okay.
It's my new strong hand.
So you notice down
This
the
is
hall,
strong arm.
there is actually, give me an advantage perception check. You do notice something, but how much you notice, we'll see. Okay.
25 ain't shabby.
There is a scuttling spider on crates in the distance. They look like wine barrels. It is a large spider. It seems to have been alerted by the rumbling of the elevator.
Of course.
What'd you see?
Big spider.
Like me big, or like, you know, like a bigger size? Like, oh, I didn't know he had spiders.
I didn't either.
It seems to be looking for us. I think we should try
Midnight,
to be quiet.
Which skull are we taking? As he just looks around the wall of skulls.
She'll
Obviously
point up-
does not notice the dragon one.
She'll point straight up to the giant dragon skull.
As you do that,
I
you
thought
notice
that'd be hidden.
the wind in the room, or there is wind in the room when there shouldn't really be. You hear him, the dragon's voice again, all three of you. I don't know if I can hold off the darkness once I am moved. If I have been hiding here, pushing it back for so long, I
I can perhaps... And then, I could perhaps help you. And then, all of a sudden, the lights in the room all begin to go out. One at a time.
Still creepy, not very helpful.
Did that work?
Disembodied voice, are you coming from the skull?
It's getting
Rosa
darker.
says out loud.
It got darker.
It is cool.
It's not dark though. At least not for Winnie. Maybe his.
Right, yeah, it's just, you're supposed to be able to see, like, if you can. But
Yeah.
it's like, thematically, it's definitely getting dim in the room. There's shadows crawling along the walls as the chandelier starts to undulate. The bone piles that are holding it down start to fly around a little bit. Make me a dexterity
Winnie?
saving throw, Winnie.
All
The
right.
femur comes straight at your face.
Let's see. I want to get up on that table. Let me see. And I guess I'm not going to be able to get evasion on this, am I?
You
said it was
you probably
with,
could if you made it to save.
Okay. You said disadvantage?
Oh, it's only if it allows you to take half, right? Yeah, just a dex save.
Not disadvantage.
So then,
Oh.
yeah, you definitely pass. The femur goes straight by you, but narrowly missing you with a cracked femur edge across the table, and then whips around again in the wind that is being slowly built up in this room. It's definitely some kind of a magical aura effect or something, and it's definitely gathering intensity with the shadows as the corners of the room seem to be pressing upon the bones and creating a little bit of a vortex in the room, a bit of a hurricane, so to speak, of bones. It's starting up like a bag in the wind, but it's bones.
We have to get the skull out of here fast.
How high up is the skull?
Throw me up there, or better yet, I can throw Dave and maybe transport up there and try and loosen it.
I am so tired, Lady Ezra. Please get me out of here.
Jump!
Okay, DM, can I toss Davin, try and stick in the wood next to the skull and transport up there, grab hold of the horns?
Yeah, you do that. You have Misty stepped up onto the wall.
All right, what am I seeing in terms of this thing being held to the wall?
It looks like there are large iron bands that kind of like restrain it in a way.
Okay, I've never yet met loot that I couldn't break out of its... So I'm gonna grab my crowbar and
A couple of skulls while he's up there are bashing off of you guys now. One of them shatters on Midnight's shoulder blade. Groza, you're getting hit by them, but it's not like...
Oh, stop, we're doing stuff.
It's not doing that much
somebody get
pain.
ready to catch this. I don't want it to break.
How tall up is it?
Getting a little harder to see, too, especially with the lights low and the debris in the air.
I'm gonna start hossing on this thing with my crowbar.
All right.
We can't move directly under the token because wall, but me and Rosa are probably going under the skull right now.
All
Yeah.
right.
How tall up is the skull?
It's about
From the
10
ground.
feet up to the bottom of the skull, and it's about just about 10 foot of skull to the ceiling kind of thing.
How big's the room?
Like a 20-foot tall ceiling. And it's...
I can drink my potion now if that's cool.
Do you think you'll be able to get out of the castle? You saw how narrow those stairwells were.
I mean, there's some big hallways. I mean, as long as it's like, I don't know, huge.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's get out of here. I gotta find Helki.
All right. I'm going to drink my potion of giant size.
Okay, so as you put that crowbar on the skull...
I'm gonna be careful to hoss only on the mounting points.
Make a sleight of hand check and then a perception check.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Of course it's trapped. 30? That ain't so bad.
All right.
Perception.
Wah,
Shit.
wah.
So,
12.
Okay, you were able to get the crowbar in such a way that you leverage the steel chain sort of against itself, and it's able to pop loose a lock of the chain, and it sort of sinks in its place. It's held in more on the other side now, and you don't notice anything else as the wind picks up in the room again. I need everybody to make a dex save, DC 16, to keep your feet about you, as there's something definitely happening to these bone piles.
Whoops.
Right now.
Wrong one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Would my ring of evasion apply in this situation or no, DM?
If it's like for save for half kind of thing, or is it if you
like would
keep
the
forgetting which
ring of
one's which.
evasion apply for
ring of
this
evasion
situation
though,
if I fail?
is it it allows you to save for half damage? Because this isn't a save for half damage thing.
This is just when you fail a dex saving throw
Yeah.
while wearing it, you can use a reaction to
Yeah,
expend
okay,
a charge. It pass instead.
You passed it.
Yeah, because my dex
also,
is terrible. Marking down that one charge.
I'm also 15 feet tall.
You are now 15 feet tall, so you'll have advantage on this, as you are
Sweet.
probably unshakable compared to usual. And you are literally 15 feet tall. We are going to have to make your token bigger then.
Natural 20 for 22.
You are a 15 by 15 token space?
Yeah, the potion of giant size makes me 15 feet. Makes me huge.
That's amazing. I thought it was
Also brings
large.
up my strength to 25.
We can just use him to beat down the wall.
Okay,
Beat
Throws
so
the smash.
there's
Hulk
Groza.
time. Hulk time.
Groza keeps his balance as you guys notice that when he pulls off one side with the crowbar, the skull goes flying, and then the wind just catches his cape, and you see Wendy go flying across the other side of the room. But you have one
I want to
chance,
catch him like
Wendy.
a fly.
You have one chance to grab the skull, the horn of it, before you fly off of it.
Alright, acrobatics
It's a
or
DC
dex
20.
save?
DC 20 dex save.
DC 20 dex. Okay, baby. This is
So
what
say if he
Winnie
goes
was-
flying, I want to try to catch him like a fly.
Yes! Oh!
Oof, okay, so you are literally hanging onto the top horn of this thing, flapping in the wind almost.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what's next?
I want to try and scamper around to pop the other side.
Okay,
And
more
as
of
he's
these
doing
are
that,
there?
I'm pulling on it.
okay, so give me, Gross will give me a strength check with advantage, because Wendy is helping with the crowbar.
Strength or athletics?
As long as, hold on, Wendy, can you help with the crowbar? Because you are floating in the air. Can you get yourself into a position? So
No,
give
that's
me-
what I'm saying. I want to scamper around to a position
Yeah,
where
try
I
to give
can
me
help.
an
If I,
athletics check to get there against the wind.
acrobatics?
It's not really because you're fighting the strength of the wind.
Okay, fair enough. I had to try.
Yeah,
Please.
Do you want strength or athletics for me?
you can do athletics if you want.
Oh!
That's that's not gonna do it. You are holding on still though to the top, but you're not being helpful. So that's not an advantage. So what did you roll there? A 15.
Oh, me?
Yeah, that'll do it. 26. So Groza, what part of the skull are you grabbing?
Just like the base, like behind it, like behind the jawbone, and I'm just like the thicker part of the skull, and I'm pulling it as he's trying to pop the rebar out.
Gotcha. Okay, so
I'm imagining with that failed athletics check, when he drops his crowbar in an attempt to not fall from the skull.
you hear a ting ting ting.
tink.
As the skull comes off, Wendy, make me a dex save again. This time at disadvantage because you are hanging with one arm. Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
So 13, yeah.
Yeah. So Whitney, as you're falling, you sort of glide as well with the wind in the room, and you end up flying towards the pile of bones in this corner and landing here. And I will just roll. And you take snake eyes damage.
Okay, I'll take it.
So you do that
that was a
in D&D
dex
Beyond.
save, right?
I'll do that here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to evade for 1 damage.
Okay. Oh, you
no.
did that? Okay. I'll deal with the health in Foundry, and you do it in D&D Beyond, and then we can make sure it's all right. Okay, so then when he's down on the ground, Groza, you've got the skull in your hands. It's sort of hard to hold on to, but you get a good look now at the eyes looking directly at you.
Hello, beautiful.
Everybody has got to now make a...
Oh no.
Yeah, an oh no. Everybody has to now make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. +4 for everyone because they're in my aura.
Wisdom
As
save.
Rosa, you are pushed back slightly
Is this
Remember
a
to
good
add your
tactic?
4s.
by this creature's... As you are now on top of the bone table, actually. And Winnie, you're over there. Midnight, you're there. Yeah. So you're holding this creature as it starts to form. What you guys see is the bones around the room that have been spinning quickly come together and snap. Like in a you almost hear the clicking and snapping sounds as the wire that's holding the chandelier wraps around this thing quickly, and it takes form in front of you, and as it does, it roars this bellowing roar, and you guys have to make that wisdom saving throw. I will do the thing here.
Groza's should be an 11. Yeah. Yay for aura.
So, DC 18, or you are frightened of it
Gross.
for 1 minute, and you can repeat the saving throws at the end of your turns on a success.
Groza's the only one who failed then.
So, Groza, can you be frightened? Because right now,
Yes, I can.
holding this skull in front of your face and seeing its eyes glow green, you definitely are.
That is so cool.
Okay.
Hey, I think we need to get out of this east wall, or this east door. I think it's a shortcut.
We can roll initiative.
Oh, crap. Okay.
This creature is now...
Gotta kill it.
now taken form in front of you.
Where's my thingy? Oh, hey! That's not bad. That's pretty good for me.
Oh, crap.
I saved him for last, so... Oh, he rolled a 2.
Hey, I'm not the lowest one.
Okay. So Groza, as you are holding this thing, you feel the terror build as its eyes glow, and you're pretty sure you can hear it laughing and be like, as it's enjoying being brought back together.
So as Groza is screaming in terror and it's laughing, his scream goes from fear to rage, because I'm going to go into a rage, and that will drop the frightened condition for now.
Oh,
Because of
nice.
mindless rage.
Excellent.
Oh, well played, sir.
Ooh.
And, yeah, I don't like being mocked, so I'm going to swing at it with my greatsword.
So remind
Okay,
me how
I'm
long
remembering
this
how to do this.
potion takes effect as well.
24 hours.
Oh, good. Good. I was like an hour? 2 hours? What was it again?
24!
That's gonna hit. Mr. Not Scared.
Mr. Not Spooked.
Roll some damage on
Alright, hold on. I'm reading my potion.
Oh, okay.
Because
I see.
my weapon's also enlarged, too, so it does
A
3
lot more.
times the normal damage.
3 times.
So that's 66 plus my modifier plus my rage.
Grows up, carry.
That's pretty sick.
29 points of damage from a magic weapon.
Smash.
Wow.
From one roll. Just
I'll
one.
just have to take it off this way then. Yeah, you can see it takes a whole chunk out of one of the bones that's just coming together, and now the wire that was wrapping around it is sort of loose and bing, bing, ding, ding, ding off the table.
And for my second swing.
That's a hit. Oh boy.
I like all the
33
click,
points of
clap,
damage.
Wow.
click, clap, math, rock.
Those are some big hits. Okay. Is that...
That ends my turn. Yeah, I'm not
the
moving.
Bonus action was the raging.
Yep, bonus action was rage.
Okay, Midnight. Seeing some bones fly off of this thing. We'll go to you.
Yeah, let me just double check a thing real quick to see if I still have it. Because upcasty make upcasties. Since I don't have that, I'll be casting. I can remember how to click. Magic weapon. If I can find it.
You guys got to be running a little bit low on your spell slots now, too, eh?
What's a spell slot, Coach? I'm the only one. I think I'm the only one who can cast anything. I'm almost tapped. So.
Ooh, the magic weapon imbues with the light of the
And
mists.
And so I shall smack this hoe twice.
Smack this hoe.
That's what I guess. I still don't remember if the website applies the magic weapon nonsense to the thing, but we'll find out.
That's something we can test when you're not playing.
Yeah.
You just let me know if
It does not. So it should be +1 to damage and +1
Yep.
to hit. So that should be an 18.
That is an 18. That's a hit.
Or do have this guy targeted, right? Yeah. For normal 13 magical slashing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack him again. 15.
15 to hit is a miss.
Yeah. Okay. Then that is Midnight's turn.
7 more. Okay. So as your magic weapon sinks into the bone, more chunks go missing and it turns towards you quite angrily. Wenny, you are up.
Okay, I would like to use my boots of striding and springing to leap up onto the table in this approximate area. So that would be 10 feet of movement to get to there.
Okay.
And can I put myself there?
If you can't,
no,
I'll move you.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Thank you, sir. Then I'm going to run across the table to here. And I'm going to get angry with the rapier.
Shink, shink.
Nice. Okay. So this thing is bearing down towards Midnight, and you sink the rapier into its snout.
28 points of damage from a magical weapon.
Okay.
And then, let's see, bonus action, I am going to... I will draw Daven and attack with Daven, and I'll say, you ready, buddy?
Okay.
Rosa responds with always, buddy.
And that's 14 to hit with Daven. I bet that's a miss.
You hear,
Yeah.
Oh, let me at him. Oh, wait, it's a dragon.
Not helpful, buddy. Okay, and then I'm going to use fancy footwork to move. Let's see, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 25 to... Could you put me back down on the floor right here, please?
Okay.
Bonus, and that is my turn.
Sweet. Okay, so on the bone golem's turn, it takes a jump step over top of Midnight. And
Did a backflip.
Away from Groza's range. Assuming you don't have
His
10
range
feet of
extends with potion.
Do you have 10 feet of range or still 5 feet?
He has 10 or 15. It's 10 or 15.
In addition, the reach of my melee attacks increases by 5 feet, so I can now swing 10 feet.
He doesn't leave your range then. So it's not an opportunity attack. You guys are just both giant creatures in this space. And so he steps like with not like a dragon would normally. He doesn't move like a normal dragon. You can see it's sort of like a slinky of bones in a way. It is definitely made of bones, but like the way that it rests its weight on its tail and its wings as well, it sort of has a spidery walk to it. And it slunks over towards Midnight here, and then
I cringe at the howies.
lets out a breath of fresh air.
Oh god.
What's the
I
save?
don't really think it's fresh air.
I don't think it is either. I think it's stinky.
It is very stinky. It is a petrifying breath. As
Ooh.
I think all of us are.
everybody has to make a save now. I think it should be everybody. Against 37 poison damage.
Ah. I think am I resistant to poison?
No.
So you guys can add 4, is it? 3? What's your
4.
Is it 4?
Yeah, so 18.
Let me double check something on my resistances, because I'm resistant to poison as well.
You succeeded anyway with a 21. Wenny failed with a 14 though. Wenny, you take 37 poison damage.
What? Oh, that's bad.
Oh no.
You said 37?
37. If Groza, are you immune to poison?
I am not.
No. Who said that?
I have no resistance.
No
I am
Midnight is resistant.
I'm resistant, but I also passed.
So you are resistant. Okay.
Yes.
I
Groza
knew
is
somebody
not.
said something about that. So okay, Groza, you pass, so you take half of that. And
18.
Midnight, you take half of the half. So
Which is
it'd be
quartered.
9.
9, okay. Yay!
So the people who failed, I guess it's just Wenny.
I have to do another con save for my sword.
Oh yeah, to hold your concentration.
I'm fine.
Concentration. So Wenny, you feel that this breath that it's pressed upon you, it's not doing good for you right now.
Okay.
You're just jumped off the table and turned around, and now you're having a hard time actually fully turning. You notice that your foot is actually stuck in place, and it looks like it's slowly turned to stone.
And I'm equating this with the breath that just
Yeah,
rolled
you
over. Okay,
feel
all
the
right.
wave go over you, and you feel like you are slowly becoming petrified.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yep. So you are also restrained by the breath at this point.
Okay.
So then what happens is we will stop there at this wonderful moment of potential petrification, and we will go over to our new player and join them. In the depths of the castle, somewhere below you, there exists let's see if I can do it like this.
No, I should do it like this. Ooh.
Reconsider this whole morning thing with Taco Bell's warm
Taco Bell.
Sorry.
Where did you go?
I'm trying to.
Oh,
bring
it's
up the Twitch.
it's the ad break.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Tacos.
So this is where we would pick up with our new player. Currently, right now, you are down here in this cell of this dungeon. It has been a wild ride to get here, though, and I wanted to give you a sense of where you are right now while the fight is happening before we go sort of back in time and tell a little bit of a story of how you got to here. But right now, what would be happening for you is, well, actually, no. You wouldn't even... This is actually the wrong scene to start with. Unfortunately, I voted the wrong one. Yeah. You are there eventually, but it's better to tell the story from here, I guess. Wait, no, not there. This is elsewhere in the castle. Where are we here? There we go. There you are. Alright. So, midnight. Not midnight.
Yeah. What?
Not
You
midnight.
mean Jen?
I mean Averay. It has been a wild ride for you. Let me see if I can even figure out how to describe what's going on right now. So down below, in these depths of the castle, you're going through your own sort of nightmare, Averay. Welcome to the game, by the way, Jen. Great to have you, and I'm glad to have you back again.
Again, friend.
Averay, for those of you who didn't know before, was a part of our crew, then got too busy and had to leave the valley in
That
real
is
life. Had another
not
game.
even. Okay, that's fair.
So we couldn't schedule around having weeks on and weeks off and things like that. So she ended up on her own little mission for a little while. And when you were in Kresk, if you go back in time, just to kind of recap how we got here, you were in Kresk and you saw Strahd coming and towards the party to confront them near the church. And you realized that if he caught you with Irina in the group, there'd be no way you could ever lie to him or lie to the pack again about not knowing anything about it. And so you left for the safety of the pack, Donatello, hoping that, you know, you'd have a chance to help out in the future at least. Maybe even go regroup and try to find the pack members who want to go help Emil in the dungeons. Apparently he's being held in the dungeons here at Castle Ravenloft. So you went back to the den to regroup, hoping things would be sort of normal when you got there. But things were anything but normal. The last group of the kids that the pack had stolen from Vallaki, they were being kept in like a prisoner circle, forced to fight. Kirill was forcing them with... each kid had these sort of leather gloves they were given with like fake wolf claws on them. And the kids were told to just basically try to, you know, tear each other apart kind of thing. And the wolves were all pushing them into it and keeping them fighting. And the strongest would get the bite. And the winners would get to feel the thrill of the kill as children. And so this didn't sit well with you enough to the point where you sort of tried to do something about it a little bit even. And that was all Kirill, the evil pack leader, needed. He had hands upon you in no time. You felt a thump on the back of your head. You got dragged off. You kind of came to consciousness enough to realize that Kirill was pulling you, carrying you. You were being jostled around. You thought for a minute it might have been Emil, but no, it's Kirill. The smell of his fur, disgusting.
revolts you in a way, but you're still too tired to do anything about it. You pass out. You end up going through a portal of some kind. Magical light shining. You feel sick and wretched in your stomach, like you're about to vomit. And when you show up, you're in this room here, actually. They threw you from this balcony. You walked over to this edge. You were carried over to this edge here and thrown into the waters. And you came to sort of realizing that that you were being submerged in water all of a sudden that was 3 feet deep, and sort of cough for breath and everything, and then the next thing you know, you're being dragged away by skeleton hands, and skeletons lead you up this way and towards the dungeons that you are now in. But in the meantime, you have been in this room many times before, and you go back and forth between these two rooms. And when occasionally, once in a while, Strahd himself shows up to enjoy some last minutes with... he enjoys watching Kirill and giving Kirill the joy of seeing Emil being tortured. He enjoys watching you as well struggle. And so it's like he's sort of treating his good wolf, it feels like, his wolf Kirill, for being so vicious. You are now a plaything for that wolf in a way, but also for the brides here. These vicious women, all of them having trying to constantly get Strahd's attention and earn his respect, all trying to one-up each other all the time of what Strahd would like and get him the best bite and those kind of things. They all want to stay relevant in his life, especially with this new wedding coming around. That's the sort of gist you get from overhearing their conversations and while they torture you. Many times you are kept in this other room in the cells. And even a few days ago, every time basically for the last few days that you go out to that other room, they bring you and Emil, this other werewolf, in the cell across the way from you. They bring you guys out to the other room, chain you up again. You're always carried by skeletons, and it doesn't matter how many times you fight them off. There's more skeletons, it seems like, that come animate back up out of the water. This water's 3 feet deep, and so it's hard to rest here. It's hard to rejuvenate, even though you are werewolves and you can rejuvenate yourselves over time. It's just not happening. You can't do it without feeding, without blood, without the moon, without all those things that make you a wolf. And so you watch Emil suffer day in, day out. This is the once proud pack leader. Once you would never have assumed he could even be hurt. And you look at him now, and there's whip marks all over his back. There's lashes and cuts and burns, missing parts of fur. He is a shell of what he once was, and it's almost... It just makes you almost feel like crying just looking at him, because this isn't how a wolf should ever live. And it's been about 16 hours since the last time you heard him talk to you. He's been silent. The water lapping up on his fur in the distance there. It's very dark, it's hard to hear, but he is not stirring today at all. What's going through Avery's head as she's found herself in this situation?
So I've been down here for how long?
It's been 3 or 4 days now of being tortured.
4 days
it's hard
now?
to tell. I mean, your ranger skills are sharp, but
lost track about 3 days ago.
this is not your favorite terrain.
No, it's not. And undead are actually some of her favored enemies, so I'm sure she's exhausted herself with trying to repulse them and keep them away from her and Emil. So she's beyond tapped magic-wise. She doesn't have any of her stuff. Going that long without hearing from him, probably not even. So probably after just like a few hours of not hearing from him, she would probably just keep on talking. You know, it would start off like just like normal banter, and without any kind of response from him, she doesn't want to believe that he has passed, so she's just gonna start like kind of filling in, kind of like starting to get like that little touch of madness. Like filling in like his side of the conversation. So it would go something probably like, so Emil, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, right, yeah, that's a great idea. We're definitely gonna get out of here and we're gonna slash all their throats. I know, that sounds like such a great idea. And it probably just gets more and more hysterical until like, and then probably around the 12-hour mark, she's probably started screaming his name to try to get a response, and she's probably almost screamed herself hoarse by this point. So she's probably just like listlessly like splashing water towards his cell door, trying to get any kind of.
You actually do hear a response today this time, as you hear him like. He starts shivering. You can see he's cold, but he wakes up and he's Avery, are you still here?
Emil, you hard-headed fuck! What have you been doing? It kind of comes out more like a squeak because her voice is like shattered. So he probably just hears his name.
Just having a wonderful dream. This isn't a meadow. And he like puts his hands against the bars and leans and looks up to you, looks over towards you. He's like, found myself in a tough position here, eh?
Yeah, it's definitely not a meadow or a party or anything fun. The ground is green, but it's not a meadow. It's algae.
I'm guessing we didn't escape last time we tried. Blood in his hand.
Have we tried to escape?
Like
or is that a
multiple times getting beat.
Just a fight. Yeah, okay.
Tried to resist.
Okay.
He passed out from the beatings, right?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I didn't know if that was part of the escape attempts. I mean, I'm sure we would have. No, I haven't been able to get it here yet. I haven't been able to figure it out quite yet because these crazy ladies are everywhere. The skeletons are everywhere. I'm gonna figure it out though. I just need you to hang on for just a little bit longer. We're gonna go home. And it's gonna be great.
I can do that.
We're gonna run in all the meadows. We're gonna be great.
Oh, but if I don't, you should know that I have a message from my wife. Would you tell her I tried?
I mean, you can tell her, and then I can be your backup, and I can give my stamp of appeal. But you're gonna tell her that.
When they brought me
I'll
in,
just stop.
they brought me into the dinner hall to mock me. They served me rabbit in a raw form. I assumed he was trying to have a proper dinner, and anyways, I remember they brought me down through a different room, and they took all my things out. Right, they took the ring that Well, the pack ring. The one I used. I don't know if you noticed, but I sometimes was able to control Kirill and his behaviors and stop the rebellion in the pack and try to keep everybody together. It was sort of my talent. I must admit.
The only thing I've ever heard of, I know it feels like we've been in this together for a real long time, but this is the first time I'm meeting you. I've heard great stories about you, about what a wonderful leader you are from Zuleika, from Donatello, and from everyone else back there, and how crazy Kirill is.
Well, if you know Zuleika,
you
then I
sound
can
like
trust
a really
you.
great.
If you are
He's
one
a
of
wonderful
her,
lady.
I would hope that she would get my ring, if possible. She can lead the pack in my place. Just make sure that Kirill does not. Make sure he never gets that ring. If he knows if he finds out what it is or learns of it, that'll be the end of our chance to save the rest of them.
The only thing Kirill is getting is a spike through the face. As soon as I get us out of here.
I like it.
And you tell Zuleika that we did it. You can give her the ring. You can rest finally, but we're gotta get out of here first.
Well, I will wait here for you to rescue us. And he leans against the bars and closes his eyes with his face kind of leaning towards you a little bit. And then a couple hours pass and he falls asleep again. And then you guys are both dragged by another group of skeletons back into this other room, where we will go back to this room. Activate. And so yeah, you are in this room now. And you guys are being held and tortured. Oh no, did I delete him? Oh, I deleted him. It is another round of torture today.
This is the room that he said that there's a room off of this room that had his stuff, right? It was that was part of his.
You remember actually too when you came through this way, from the altar side of this room, where the brides are now standing above. And I'll give you another view of this so you can see a better. Get a better idea of what's happening here. There's this sort of balcony that overlooks this torture pit of sorts, and these two chairs here are the viewing chairs where Strahd with one of his brides often sits, but with the three of them here, they don't really care about taking the throne necessarily. It's more of when he's there. So this is kind of what they see when they're torturing you. And they have all these devices in the room. Some of them are submerged under the water, like chairs that you get tied to and that sort of deal. And are
they throwing us over again?
So yeah, they've chained you up again. The skeletons are chaining you up right now. And all of a sudden, while this is happening, it's sort of the usual. And Emil looks over at you and he's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it, Avery. While the skeletons are putting the chains tighter and everything, he's like, please, tell Zuleika I love her. And he sort of slumps. He's not doing so good. Even the skeleton's treatment of him to get him to comply on the way here he's lost a lot of blood, and you look back and there's a trail of blood in the water. He's not doing so good. And the three Barovian vampire ladies all look down with such glee as the two of you come in, and they're like grabbing their whips and their daggers and licking their sword, and like they're all getting ready for like a beautiful session again. And they're like, "Oh, don't die on us yet! Come on, Emil! So much fun to be had!" And for like the next hour, they are waking him up, curing him, stabbing him again in front of you, and just being like really rude about letting you watch this torture happen. Yeah, I'll just, for some reason she's not spinning right. But yeah, they're really making the most out of every hit, and his body is just not moving, and they're like, you know, oh, his heart's still beating.
Avery would have been screaming at them to stop until it got to the point where it was obvious that he, like, even if they're bringing him alive, like they're bringing his body back, like, but I'm sure 20 minutes into this, at that stage, like his like spirit, his soul, like who he is just long gone. So like when you kind of see like that change in his will, I guess, she stops screaming and she has the most feral death lays on these three ladies imaginable.
One of them in a wedding dress. It's sopping wet. It's lacy. You can see through the lace and the petrified skin underneath, the stretched purpley skin. She comes up and whispers in your ear, and she's like, "Oh, do you want a treat too, doggy?" And she stabs you in the back with a hand or a knife. It's hard to tell what it was. You just feel actually, no, those are fingers. Those are fingers moving around inside of you. And she pulls out her hand and starts drinking and licking her fingers. And this goes on for another hour or two while they kick Emil under the water and make sure he's not moving. They chain him up.
Question. Sorry, are these I'm like manacled to the wall, right?
Yeah, you're like in a manacle thing where you're actually your neck is in a chain.
Is it magicked at all? Would it keep Avery? So then, yeah, as this goes like on and on and on, like she's probably slowly morphing more into her full. Right now, it'd probably be considered the hybrid werewolf form. Like it's just like slipping more and more into a kind of feral, bestial anger.
Starting to lose all sense of the elf that once came to this place and found another family after losing her old one. It's definitely jarring on the psyche to see one of your heroes be beaten to death. And as you are turning in this moment and just imagining all the ways that you would have revenge on these three and all the skeletons in this room, all of a sudden you hear a roar from above. It is a deafening roar. The ground, or the ceiling above, 50 feet above you, shakes, and dust particles come down. The three women all look at each other with wide eyes, and two of them immediately turn to smoke, turn to evaporated mist, and start flying upwards. And one of them goes back this way towards the front area here and continues on through a doorway which closes behind her. And you are now alone in a room of skeletons.
Is that the one, just out of curiosity's sake, is that the one that was like torturing me specifically in the wedding dress?
Yeah, the wedding dress one was the one who seemed to be in charge and really enjoying the most of it. The other ones seem immature. they enjoy like just hitting you. She's like really enjoying the whole thing and being like, Strahd would really be proud of me right now.
Yeah, during all of that time when I was evil eyeing her just for flavor, can I mark her with my Slayer's Prey?
Yeah, we'll say that you've done that as she leaves the room in this. So you hear this.
It would have been happening. Yeah. Well, it would have been happening like during like the whole like torture scene. Like she's like, I'm going to find you and kill you and rip your throat out.
You totally Liam Neeson her. And
yeah.
She then leaves the room. You can tell she's enjoying herself today, having a good day. And the skeletons are looking at you in this device chained in here. Obviously, you feel like you could take 3 or 4 skeletons. This is one of your best chances you've had to escape yet. So, we will go quickly back upstairs. Well, after you give me one roll, see if you can do a strength save, strength check, skill check. So athletics, see if you can break through these restraints. The DC is quite high.
Normal or disadvantage?
What's that?
Normal or disadvantage? Normal, a normal roll, disadvantage.
You could do it at normal because you are in your half shifted form. You said. I guess I should put you into half shifted form. So you look more like, oh boy. This is to keep everything, I think. I don't know. We'll see if that works. You should still have your spell sheet.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, hybrid werewolfy Avaray is trying to strength check herself out of. Okay, you hear a snap on one side of the thing holding your neck in, and the collar starts to come free. We will go back upstairs now.
Am I just so is it like a collar with a chain on the back of it?
What I'm going to do is it's sort of like a steel thing that closes like this, like a pair of scissors almost, but with a neck hole.
Kind of like a clasp.
A clasp with a neck hole, and so you've broken one side of it off, and now it's basically it's a large, heavy thing that you need to swing over, but you're pretty much free now. The skeletons might not know it. As you're about to, I'll let you narrate exactly how you do this skeleton scene in a second. But first we're gonna go back upstairs for a quick second to see the Hall of Bones and go back to our party. So you guys notice at this time, after this round of combat has happened, that between your feet, around through the bones and everything, a couple of forms of mist start to appear in the room.
No.
They aren't taking form yet fully, but they are misty figures that are swirling around up above near this bone piles and in the corner over here. Two different misty figures are swirling around in that corner. I can put a... Yeah, I'll just put their tokens here. But they're not actually here yet. It just kind of gives you an idea of what's happening. They are starting to take form there. And we are in the initiative order again. Let's pull that up. As the end of the turn happens, It is Groza's turn.
I can hit the dragon from here, right?
You can.
And that's what I'm gonna do. I take my swing right at him.
Now that you've had a couple minutes with it, you can see that this is not a dragon. This is merely a collection of bones that it wants to be a dragon.
33 damage, and Groza wouldn't know that. He's never seen a dragon.
That's okay. I guess that's
It's
true.
one small dragon. I thought it'd be bigger.
This is a 15-foot tall barbarian. Hilarious. That hit, yeah. So
All right.
33 damage went through.
All right, second attack.
Wow, I really am amazed. Oh, that's a hit too, then. You can't miss, eh? Jeez.
No missies. Kill it. Kill it.
38.
It's still standing, but it's starting to waver. Actually, its legs are having a hard time. You know when you put something together with it's not quite tight enough on the joints, and it's doing that like wobbly skeleton thing. Having a hard time being a dragon.
All right, with my bonus action, I'm gonna go into a frenzy rage.
Okay.
So next turn, I'll be able to make 3 attacks.
Okay.
But that ends my turn for now.
And then that will mean Midnight's up.
I'm gonna
Midnight.
smack it.
All right.
That's all I know how to do right now. I'm almost tapped on everything. I just smack. Where's my longsword thingy? Where is it? Longsword. Attack. Normal. That definitely doesn't hit. Because even 11 doesn't hit.
No, that's not hit. The dragon is moving around.
A crit does?
But not fast enough. That's a crit, yeah. Okay.
Yay! And it's a magical damage crit. Woo! So I think it's extra damage. So that should be, what, 15 damage?
8 plus 4 plus 2 is 14. 15.
15 cause magic weapon.
Yep.
That is Midnight's turn. Punk.
Okay, so Wenny, the start of your turn. This petrifying breath that you just felt last turn. You are now outside of Midnight's bubble as well. For her...
Wait 1 second, Greg, I'm sorry. I think I rolled it normally instead of critical. Unless I'm crazy.
Oh,
It says
an
you only
8.
rolled 1d8.
Yeah, I'm supposed to roll another d8, right?
It would just be an 8 added to it.
Okay.
So you rolled an 8 plus 4 plus 2. So it's supposed to have a few more damage then?
I would think so, since I rolled it normally by mistake instead of the critical damage roll.
Okay, well, Wenny, I need you to do a. We're moving on, okay? It's fine. Wenny, it's close to dead though. It's very close to dead. You guys are doing good damage to it. Wenny, you are needing to make another saving throw of Constitution save.
Why is the whiskey always gone? Okay, let's do this.
Oh my god.
Did he do
What
it?
do I need? What did I need?
Okay, so Wenny, for a second there, you feel the petrification purge upwards towards your waist.
No.
And you use all of your will. You think about Helki. You think about how you might want to see her again someday. And you push it back. You saved. So you are not petrified.
Okay.
Is your turn.
Okay. I feel terrible. So, first thing I'm going to do is...
Oh, wait, hold on. It's at the end of your turn you can make it, I think. Let me just
Okay.
make sure. At the end of your next turn. Yeah. So that was your turn to try to resist.
Okay, so I couldn't have done anything prior to saving? And let me tell you what I want to do. I want to take a potion or 2 potions if I can take a potion as a bonus action.
Next turn you can take a potion as a bonus action, but the petrification, in order to resist it, you have a chance to resist it at the end of your next turn. So
got it. Takes all your agency. Okay.
That's the rub when it comes to turning to stone.
Hey, I'm just happy I saved it. Not gonna argue.
Oh, okay. So it is the dragon's turn again, and the bone dragon. It is going to make a multi-attack. Its multi-attack is a combination of attacks. So it's going to make a pinion attack at midnight, which will be that.
That's a lot of multi-attack.
Yeah, it's pretty nice for multi-attacking. Did it do the roll?
It's a pinion. It showed pinion, an item.
Right, it didn't do the roll yet though? Okay. I'm just going to get rid of this measurement control for the breath weapon. And then roll that attack. 20 to hit?
No.
Miss? Okay.
No.
So it makes one of those, right? And 2 rends. So it'll make 2 rending attacks at you. First one. So with the 2 wings, it's going to try to swipe both wings down towards you. And so far unsuccessful. Well, that was a 20 and it rolled the 2.
It said
yeah, we
tilt.
saw. Oof.
I saw tilt.
And then the last thing is it's literally having a hard time standing up at this point. But its last ditch effort is actually to try to swallow you whole with its entire head, and tries to bite down on top of you.
Ooh.
No.
It's stopping on your shield, giving it a sore face. Okay. So at the end of his turn, these 2 take form. They are still mist, but they are moving towards him as misty forms or whatever. They're in the room now as mist. And they are not seemingly happy, if you could judge the emotional state of a cloud of smoke. So downstairs, Avaray, I'd like you to describe the last 2 minutes, as I will go to the scene in a different view here to give us another view of the downstairs. The dungeon, the crypts. That's it right there. Okay. So as Avaray sees them disappear into the ceiling above, sees the other one with the dress jet off into the night. What do you want to do to these skeletons?
I'm gonna go that shit crazy like a wolf on a bone on them as best I can. I'm gonna like skeleton bowling ball all of them. Just all the bones go everywhere. Tasmanian devil style.
All the bones
As soon as they get
go
close
everywhere.
enough. Yeah, so no, it would have been, so as soon as they left and she realized that she had the chance to try to finish breaking off the collar restraint, she's gonna finish that off, and doesn't have anything except for her her claws and teeth right now in her half-shifted form. So yeah, she's just literally gnashing and slashing.
All right. You really do make short work of them. looking over, seeing that Emil hasn't moved from beneath the water's surface in hours. He is definitely not alive. So one last look at him. You have a choice now. Do you go back towards the cells you were over here with in the cell area, or do you go back the way that the one with the dress ran back towards these chairs?
There's not a single spot I can put him. It's a little bit more respectful. Just leaving him face down in the water.
I mean, you could, but it might take you some time, and he's chained up, and the thing just ran away.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
Right.
It's a very
okay,
tense
so
moment.
My option.
You have just killed all the skeletons, it seems.
Yeah. She's going after the dress.
All right. So as you run that way, I will bring you to the room that you would be passing. You run through this room here. And this door on the far left is open. You remember this room. This is the room you appeared in somehow. There's some kind of a sand glass above a fire pit with some kind of writing on it. Some gems around the fire pit. And on either side of the room there are riders in armor in these nooks. It's a very fancy room, a very well-kept room compared to the chamber that you were just in. And the door on the far left is the one that's open right now.
I have her.
Oh, you have her marked with her thing? Can you
have
see
her
where...
marked as my Slayer's Prey, but it doesn't say anything about having like specific. But if she's undead, then she's already a favored enemy.
But can you track her or anything with that, or is it?
As a favorite enemy, I have advantage on tracking my favorite enemies. Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a perception check then as well with advantage, or survival if you want as well, because it is tracking.
So I don't have the option to do anything since we're on this interactive page, not a map.
Can you roll a d20?
Just roll a d20? Yeah, I can do that. Advantage.
And you have a +7. So with 27, you can see actually that there are footprints as well. They are very light. Vampire footprints are typically seemingly very stealthy.
They're not even footprints. They're just like waves in the dirt.
Yeah, it's like little dust marks, and you picked up on them with the dress marks, the lace that it left.
Smell my own blood.
She's definitely gone up this staircase here, and you follow her down a corridor into a room. The door is closed at the end of this corridor, but you push it open, you hear a click, and you emerge into a room. You emerge into a room that is right up here. And I will probably have to pull you out. There you are. So this bookshelf behind you is a like a secret door, it seems, that has led you into this room. And there is a doorway in front of you, and there is the sounds of battle coming from maybe 20 feet away on the other side of this doorway.
Which doorway is it? Down in the south?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around this room real quick. Where did this room secret me out to?
Okay, this room is very nicely kept. It is cleaner than any of the rooms that you have seen in this area so far. There's a desk. Looks like a nice and clean notebook. A to-do list seems to be on the thing, and you see some names on the list. There is a bookshelf that you came through that moves, and on that bookshelf itself there are items like swords, and there's a ring. You recognize your own stuff and potentially the ring that Emil was talking about as well. This seems to be where they kept your stuff. In the interim while you were being tortured.
Based on what I'm hearing of battle on the other side of the door, would Avery even have time to grab her stuff?
You would have enough time to, like, maybe not your full armor and everything, but you can see that you've got a trusty knife, and there are some actually like you have your own daggers and things like that. You have your ranger gear. But there's also some other like shinier looking stuff on the shelf there as well. You could grab 1 or 2 items, a few items maybe. You can't maybe spend 5 minutes here if you want to figure out what's going on next door.
If there's a bag with her stuff, like a pouch or whatever, she's gonna put the ring, the whatever else she can. So she's gonna put the ring in her bag, and whatever else is like kind of on the shelf, she's gonna kind of like sweep off into her. Into the bag and cinch it up, and probably leave it there with her. I mean, she's wearing like whatever, like under linens or whatever prison uniform that she's wearing or whatever, but like all of her furs and everything, she's gonna leave there. She's just gonna grab a couple of her daggers and start heading towards the door.
All right, give me a perception check as well as you realize that the door is locked.
20.
Okay, there is a key sitting on the desk underneath the paper, just sticking out slightly.
I grab the key. With
and
the paper on top of it.
we will get you to also roll initiative, and you'll be coming into the thing next round, or this, after we get back to the other group here. Tried to make that so it sort of played out so that you guys weren't waiting too long. And it sort of made sense in timeline-wise with how long you'd have and all that. But
good.
You and the witches, or not the witches, so when you come in, your turn will be to come into the room, okay? And you can roll initiative.
So do you want me to go ahead and roll initiative?
Yeah. That work? Are you in the initiative now? Yep.
Yes, she is.
And these two aren't yet. So we'll just do a quick shoop. Okay. And so those guys are these girls are currently Smoke, and Avery is currently not here. But we are going to the next round of combat, where this Smoke lady actually takes shape behind the golem of bones. She forms back into her human form, or her humanoid form, and she's like, Well, I never expected we could have so much fun in one day. Oh, Strahd will be so pleased to know you came back so fast. And she pulls out a couple of daggers. Looking around the room as well,
You notice that she sees you, Wenny, and smiles. Give you a little wink.
Oh no. I hope I'm only just barely above the height of this table.
Yeah, she just sees the the top of your gnome head. Groza. Giant Groza. Oh, giant Groza.
I'm gonna swing at the dragon.
Kill it.
Oh, wow. Please miss. Just once.
Please kill. He does not miss.
Yeah, it's dead. Midnight's pulling her sword from it still. And you
Overkill.
flash your... How big is this weapon? And okay, you just describe how that happens.
So my sword is still like proportionate, but just 3 times the size. So it's proportionate to me, and I do what I do best, and I just sever the head. Because Groza still thinks we need it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that this is the right dragon, so he
the
wants
head
to save
falls
the head.
to a rest on the ground in front of you, Midnight. I'll just leave it as is on the wall there, so it doesn't get confusing. But it is on the ground and sitting in front of the doorway there, blocking the door actually. Groza, you still have some momentum in your sword swing.
Yeah, so
Still
I'm gonna
has
make my
murdering.
last 2 attacks at the vampire that likes to throw the daggers.
Okay, so right there, you are on top of the table, which allows you to move through the room, but I'm gonna get you to make... This is difficult terrain for you because your head is getting caught up in the chandelier.
Gotcha.
So you can only move at half speed in this on top of this table. In
As
this
long
room,
as
actually.
she's within-
This whole room is difficult terrain for you now.
Okay, so that was 2 squares, so that was 20 feet. She's within 10 feet, so I can still hit her. Yeah, I'm swinging at her.
Okay, so this one on the top is viable target.
Okay.
Okay, that's a hit.
First one's for 29.
29.
Yeah, 29
Yes.
damage.
Trivialize, please.
She definitely feels that. You hear her go, ah! As the blade slides through her gut and comes out.
Second
the
one
other
is also
side.
for 29. As Groza is kind of like knocking stuff away from his face, like, remember me, fuckface? And I just cut her twice.
She came in so confidently. Okay.
I'm gonna leave not so confidently. That was my movement, my action. I'm good.
Okay, so this one here takes form as she materializes behind Midnight here.
Turn.
Yeah, exactly. Turn.
What?
Scroll wheel.
That is her turn.
Just poofing.
Avray, you run in through the door and give me a strength check to open this door forcefully in werewolf form, if you want. We'll say you have an extra 20 feet of movement, but if you can't get the door open right away... So it's basically you get the door open, but you're stuck like right at the doorway entrance kind of thing. Because it took you the momentum, the door took your momentum. Okay, so Midnight, you are up.
Yay. Okay, so let me check one thing in my inventory real quick. I'm not gonna use that yet. I'm just gonna smack a bitch in the face repeatedly. Inventory, longsword. Attack, normal.
Oh, that'll probably do it.
So that's 10 magic damage, and smack her again. normal. And that's 13 magic damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so 10 plus 13 magic. And with that, it'll be Midnight's turn.
Okay.
I pass it on to Winnie.
Okay.
So when, yeah.
When
Seeing
Winnie sees
Groza-
Anastra's... Oh, go ahead, DM.
Groza's form is just Duke, and he's fighting across the table. You are under the table, so to speak, you know.
Yeah, I'm
look
actually
up.
going... I'm going under the table. Yeah.
He's crawling in the table. Go.
So, Winnie sees Anastasia apparate, and he gets this look of sheer terror on his face, and it's the only thing that can shake him out of his misery of losing two of his best companions in a half an hour span. So he just backs up, you know, like just muttering, "Keep her away from me," and puts himself under the table right here, DM.
Okay.
Going under the table. That's 5 feet of movement. And then I'm going to use an action to take my potion of vitality.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to take my greater healing potion. So he gets under there and you hear him just like glug, glug, glug. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Potion of vitality allows me to get maximum healing points on any healing for the next 24 hours. So 4d4 plus 4 is, what, 4 times 4 is 16, plus 4 is 20. So that's 20 healing. And so that was my 5 of my speed. Can I go another 5? No. I'm gonna hang tight right here. And I hope that I was obscured enough by Groza's...
Do you want to make a stealth check? Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah, oh, of course, yeah. If I have enough economy, I would love to make a stealth check.
Yeah, you can do an incidental stealth check.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
You feel like you're fairly well hidden in there.
Okay. And then I will carefully put the bottles back in my bag. I'm not just going to toss the potion bottles to the ground because I don't want to make any noise.
While you do that, you notice that there is a hand hanging down, like it fell as Groza stepped on it, and it sort of like fell down and landed on your shoulder as like a...
Yeah, like...
Alright, so then...
Okay.
Is that my stomach?
Yeah.
Fighting always gets me excited.
You guys notice that you hear...
Look up.
Boom!
Look up.
As this doorway where the skull is opens up into the skull, and the lady with the dress tries to get in, she then forces herself in between the cracks and shows up in the room and joins initiative. And she can roll as well like everybody else. How's that? So at the end of Winnie's turn, goes up to her. And she's now feeling a little bit injured. She was kind of assaulted there by midnight. But one thing about vampires,
They
Is
have
that-
a regen.
you see that the wound that you just caused starts to close right in front of your very eyes. And she starts to close on you from behind. She takes out both of her daggers and attempts to jam them into your spine, Midnight, one at a time, and says, "Hello, so nice to see you again.
And that should be with advantage actually too. 17 will not do it. Second dagger, another 5. That's 3 5s I think I rolled in a row. And a 6.
Hey, there's a 6.
Yeah.
5, 5, 5,
So
6.
she tries to jab the blades in so she can whisper in your ear, but she's too focused on whispering in your ear. And the
gross.
blades are like ding ding, and she's like, "What the? Well, it's good to see you again. Playtime." And Groza, unfortunately,
Kill something,
you are out.
Groza.
Yeah, Groza is in the perfect position. So hold on, he's gonna well, first he notices the werewolf and he's gotta make a moral decision. But how bad does the werewolf look?
The werewolf looks fairly beaten up. Avery, you could take that over, I guess. You're the werewolf.
Yeah, so she probably does. Oh, thanks, Greg. So she, yeah, so you see her, she's in half-shifted form, so what that means for her is that her canines have elongated, her limbs all kind of seem like disproportionately longer and much more muscular than like maybe her like elven torso. So yeah, but she definitely looks emaciated in the torso side. Cuts and bruises all over, probably like a pretty swollen eye. But at that same time, so that's what she looks like physically, but if you look at her face, it's very much like a wounded animal, like kind of fight style. It's very, very feral, but it's dead set on bitch.
All right, good enough.
She hasn't really
you
even
look pretty hurt, so that you wouldn't be fun to fight right now. Not like these vampire ladies. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna continue attacking Anastasia.
Okay.
Which is the one on the left.
That's
I
the one
think.
Yeah, the
behind
one on
Midnight?
the left. Yeah. Oh, that was a nat 1. Oh, I rolled a nat 1. I get to roll on the chart.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
with this
no.
giant sword, Groza
no.
swings wide. Let's see what the result of that wide swing is. Inside of our saveVSgames, in the DM stuff, in the...
Please just throw it.
Please don't smash your buddy.
I mean, this is a big sword. It's gonna, if it goes flying, it's gonna hurt something.
Go flying at the wall, not me.
What do I need to roll, Greg? A d20?
I'm just gonna check if... Yeah, I think it's a d20. I just don't know which table it is. Melee weapon, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. What's the uh-oh?
It's a little accident.
Does he pee?
Either through fear,
Oh, no,
excitement, or
Wendy.
simply needing to go, you soil yourself. 75% chance it's only pee.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d100.
Oh jeez. So,
Pee?
your bladder enlarged more than you thought it would as well, I guess.
Holy
He really
cannoli.
had to go.
Oh, poor Winnie, as it just starts
Winnie.
dripping through the bones.
Luckily, I said I wanted to be just to the right of. Oh,
You see,
God.
it looks
Right
like you
leg.
still have your hand covered from the skeleton, so you're just
Yeah.
like, oh god, it's a skeleton. Why is it raining? Don't look
No.
up. Winnie, please don't look up.
Oh no!
just because I am.
Oh, you broke
Do
me.
your next one.
You just broke me.
Please don't fail again.
Alright, that was only one attack, so we're still okay. Oh god. How many times do I have to pee myself?
Oh no. Please don't do it again.
Okay, that's better.
So you steady yourself after a nice relieving warm feeling goes down your leg. And your sword connects for another 29 damage. Wow.
It's alright,
Okay.
here comes the third attack.
Oh, that was the first one that missed?
Yeah, the first one missed, the second hit, the third one hits.
Wow.
Because I went to a frenzy rage. So I can
Okay.
use my bonus action to make another attack.
She's not looking so good. As she's whispering in Midnight's ear here.
Man, I'm rolling
again.
a lot of 29s.
Wow, she's really close. Her head comes about 75% off.
Look, it's a new target.
Whoa.
All right, that's my turn.
It starts to repair itself slowly, but it almost came right off.
Maybe when he could take it off. Too many ladies. Too many ladies to keep track of.
Yeah. She is
Not
going
enough spell
to...
slots.
She's not hurt yet, so she will swing this
She's
giant
mildly
warhammer.
hurt.
What's that?
She's
She is mildly hurt, yeah.
bit.
She is a little bit. So she
She's
will
still
get.
ouchies.
Guess I should just do it like this because it'll be more accurate. Yes. So she is fully healed now. And yeah, so she swings her mallet at you twice, Midnight. It is a giant warhammer. A little too big for her, perhaps. No, that she has advantage.
A little too big.
She has advantage. though,
Please stay
because
too big.
Everybody. Oh, and a 4. A 3 and a 4. Second attack. Might as well be a 2, I guess. Haven't done that one yet.
No, that one hits.
Okay, 25. At advantage. No. And so 25 comes in for 8 damage on Midnight.
Okay.
And Midnight will not be able to regain hit points until the end of this girl's next turn. That is her action. Her bonus action.
Okay, my concentration's still there.
Her bonus action will be to
Suddenly combust
swear
and
at
die.
Rosa and say, "Fuck, you are big. I want my fucking sword back." And she's gonna be looking at you for her dancing sword.
Yeah, and I want clean shorts.
And that's her bonus action. Avery, you are up.
Is Jen there?
Jen, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I am muted, my bad. She does. Question.
Yeah.
Avery has 2 attacks. Do they both have to be weapon attacks, or can one be a spell attack and one a what? Because if what I would like to do is cast Thorn Whip on her, pull her closer. Okay, I didn't think
If you do
so.
a spell,
But
you can't. Yeah, you have to do both attack with weapon.
spell attack. Okay,
You can
that's fine.
sometimes replace a weapon attack with like a breath attack or with a racial ability or something like that occasionally, but
Not
never
just
do a
the
spell as part of
two
your
weapon fighting styles. What it is. Okay, cool, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, then Avery is going to chuck. These just regular daggers, or are they like her Monster Hunter daggers?
Do you not have your sheet? I'm sorry.
Ones that I have on here are just regular old daggers.
Okay, you would have picked up. Wolf's Bane is on there, which is a
Short sword.
Short sword. Looks like a dagger for somebody about the size of Groza. And you have the other thing too, the ring as well. And then just regular daggers.
Oh, it's a dagger. Wolfsbane is a dagger.
It's a dagger, but it could be a short sword. It depends on how big you are. It's
Okay,
kind
so
of
it's
one
a
of
short
those-
sword.
It's got finesse, if that's what you're asking. Why? Does it
Wanna
matter
throw
if it's a dagger or a short sword for your character?
No, not necessarily.
I
No,
was just
no,
wondering if
she
there's
just
a
wants to
technical
touch.
reason why you needed it to be one or the other. It's like it is. Yeah, you've got the thing I gave you.
Well, no, I will because if it's a dagger, I can throw 2 daggers. But I need to know if I'm throwing this and a dagger. This doesn't. This doesn't have a throw.
She's
Okay.
asking for the throne property. If the current thing she has
If you
is
roll a
throne
d20, we'll get it
property.
done. We'll fix it up. I would have like preferred to test this before we got going, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what.
I
Okay,
don't
or
know
I-
what to tell you. Just roll a d20. It's what we discussed before is what I think what it is. So you should know. You have an idea what you have.
I thought it was a short sword. In
It
here,
is.
it says designed to be a dagger.
For a giant, yes. It's a flavored
Okay.
text that I didn't want to confuse you so much
Okay.
with. But you have daggers, but that is not a dagger. That is a short
Okay,
sword.
then 2 daggers. Then 2 daggers at her.
I will allow you to throw it if you want to, because I didn't say you couldn't. So it's a homebrewed item. So might as
No,
well.
no, it would no. She wants to throw 2 daggers.
Okay.
This. Okay. He is going to throw 2 daggers.
All right. So that's a hit.
So it's gonna do. Also gonna have the
This one isn't the one in the dress, though. This is the one that's injured already, right?
Oh, where's the one in the dress?
Lumilla's
The one that
one
came
uninjured.
through the door. She's uninjured completely. But this one's looking like it's pretty last legs-ish. The one that is near midnight. Yeah.
That's fine. Then seeing Midnight and seeing this lady in front of her, she'll throw the daggers. That's fine.
So you recognize Midnight standing there in her Strahd armor. Oh. Okay, well the other one has the same AC, so I'll take it off of her. Doop. I'm assuming you're shooting. Yeah, you said this one. Yeah. So the knife sticks in, does a little bit of damage, and she turns back towards you. She looks very hurt, very annoyed and very hurt.
Then we'll throw the other one.
All of a sudden, she went from being cocky and walking up to Midnight to stab her in the back to getting clobbered by 2 sword swings. And now she's got
I mean, I'm sure all of them have
2
done
daggers.
their fair share.
Potentially 2 daggers sticking out of her. Where do you hit her with the second dagger?
Through her fucking eye.
So you notice
Throat.
Midnight, you hear a thump sound as the vampire behind you falls to the ground with a dagger in its eye. Nicely done, Avery. 2 attacks. Then do you have a bonus action?
Nope. My Slayer's Prey is still on the one in the dress. Where is she in this room?
Should be
the
the one
top.
that at the top of the map. That one.
Oh, okay.
It's her turn
I
now.
gotcha. Okay.
As she sees you and she is
Frick.
very angry, she will swing over to this side and step over her friend's body. I guess I'll just take the friend out of the way for a second, because it makes things less confusing. She'll step over her friend's body and start to take an attack at Midnight here. Being like, she'll lean in towards you and be like, actually, she'll do it from here. Before she gets to there, she will lean in towards you and whisper, "That wasn't very nice. We're going to have to teach you some manners." And Bajouche, flames shoot out from her hands in a torrent, covering you and Groza in a burning, embery mess. Whoa, wow. 5d6 is only 11. Jeez.
Well, I get advantage on dex saves from threats I can see.
You could definitely see it.
Doesn't
And
18 pass?
That's enough, I think, yeah. Just check her spell book quick. Yep. Pass.
Yeah, so +4, so 22.
So I believe that is half damage.
Mm-hmm.
Half as much, yeah. So 5d6 is 11, so that's 5 damage for each of you. That's it. Woof. She's not happy with that. 5 damage and 5 damage to the giant Groza. Okay.
Con save.
She's gonna continue out over to here.
Barely.
Whoa, she disappeared.
She did. I don't like that.
She's not supposed to disappear. She was stopping in front of you, Avare. Trying
She left
to...
my attack radius?
Yep.
She left all our attack radiuses?
Yep. She is
her,
basically leaving the room, but I didn't mean to make her leave the room yet. To give you guys a chance to swipe at her, if need be.
It says that hit.
You see her again?
What? There she is.
Oh, yeah,
Do they
there
all
she
have
is.
the same AC?
I don't know. I'm coming back. I'll be there in a second. I had to go get somebody. Sorry, what?
Do they all have the same AC? Had the other one targeted by accident?
She has an AC that is wedding dress styles. So that's a hit with Groza's greatsword.
I got a 15 to hit, so I think you hit her too. Yeah, because you rolled a 15.
Yeah.
So 23 damage from me.
Mine was 15 damage.
Okay. With your +1 as well?
Yeah, with the +1, that's 15 damage.
Okay. Okay. So Avare, you see her try to sneak by you as well as she moves through the room here. Do you want to take a attack as well? This is the one that has been torturing you for a while. So.
Yeah, I will use my claws. Or actually, no, I'm gonna use my yeah, I'm just gonna use my claws. I'm gonna try to grab her by her throat and pin her to the ground, or just grab her by the throat.
She's walking straight by you basically, and she's like basically jumped up onto this wall, and she's about to disapparate through the wall. You get a chance to attack her before she can do that if you want to.
Yeah, I'll attack her. All I have is my claw.
Okay, she evades your claw as she grabs the wall and begins to climb up the wall towards the ceiling and try to evaporate herself out of the room. She's still corporeal in the room right now as she's passed by you. Okay, Wenny. You're up, and then we'll go for our break.
Wait, did my turn go? Because it was still on mine. Did I go?
Sorry, yeah.
So it's like, did I go for a second? Because my brain was like, eh.
No, you're right.
Midnight will shout, someone stake the one through the heart that's on the ground, and she'll walk to the other side of Vampire Lady. Oh, you might have to move me there since it says it's part wall. Trying to...
Sorry, what are you...
like, right
you're going there? Sure.
Yeah.
The wall right there. Like,
yeah, it says this entire row's a wall.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just want to get into flanking with the bigger man. And smack an ugly lady.
Right. She has a giant hammer with her, strapped to her back, and the giant sword in her arm there. Does not do her any good to defending that. So
10 magic damage and longsword attack advantage. A miss.
Meh, 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 meh.
Wasn't a
Okay.
fail. Badly, so then it's 20s, yeah.
You hear her say, "Sisters!" And she's trying to like regroup, realizing she's kind of surrounded. And when he's up, under the table, you spit out.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
most
it's
of
not
the
good.
giant.
It's not
giant
good. I'm
spits
a wild man.
are mostly on my cloak.
Give,
I was
give me
luckily
a
to the
nature
side.
check. Give me a nature
Oh
check.
god. Okay. Where is nature? There we go. Oh, not bad. Dirty 20.
Good.
A dirty. That's definitely a dirty 20. Okay, so Groza, you can describe in detail what you had to eat yesterday, as Winnie now knows.
It would just probably be some rations, you know, the cheap stuff that we got in town. So it's not
Tiger fur.
smelling good. Oh yeah, old tiger.
Where the
Yeah,
hell did tiger fur come from?
yeah. It's like worse than asparagus scented. It's just Groza does not take good care of himself. Like, it's a miracle he's still alive. Honestly, it's not good. You're gonna smell that for a while.
I'm just glad you didn't have asparagus.
We
So,
don't eat vegetables in Barovia.
so you're up, Winnie. Can you
Okay,
see
I
yourself?
think-
You're good.
Here, I cannot see myself,
Okay.
and I can't see anybody else. So I'm gonna move, like, from wherever here, over here. I want to peek my head out here and see what I can see. So that's probably either, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 feet of movement.
Sure. You can definitely see that Volenta, not the one that actually you would see the one that winked at you is on the ground right now.
Okay.
Appearing
I can't see it on the map, just FYI. I don't know if
right.
that's...
Okay. You're probably
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, where am I?
so you can see the
Winnie,
other
why are
ones
you wet?
right next to you.
Don't ask. Okay, so the badly injured one, and then where's the one that winked at me?
She's down
On the ground.
Okay, so she's appears to be out of commission.
Yeah.
But Midnight did yell to stake her.
Okay, I don't know what that means. So I'm going to sneak attack this one here, just like an angry cat from under the table when you sit down and it just whacks at you.
Right.
I'm going to take a swipe with my trusty rapier at...
All right. She's now kind of reticent of your aware of your existence there, because she's currently staring at Groza, whose sword is a lot bigger than hers.
So am I stealth enough to get advantage on this?
Yes, because you have, or you can get sneak attack because you have people in combat, but you don't have advantage. No.
Right. Okay, no advantage. Okay.
You didn't do well, actually, hold on.
He got a 28
You
on
were
his
under
stealth.
the thing, so I should do just an incidental perception check just to make sure. You might have advantage.
Or her passive, if she's not actively looking for me.
She
maybe,
is
I don't know.
kind of, like I was
Sure the
saying, kind of looking right there, so I'm going to give her a check.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
It's not really passive. She's kind of looking at Groza, and you show up there right in front of her. But 18, your check was what?
28.
28.
It was really
so
high.
she doesn't see you.
Okay.
That's an advantage then.
Um,
So not a 10.
can I?
Potentially higher.
Can I? Let's see. I guess I just need to re-roll it, don't I?
Yeah, just roll a d20 if you want, and we'll add 8. Just don't get. Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
That's a hit.
Okay, so
So it'd be
that
23.
was 23 piercing from a magical weapon, and she's still standing.
She's still standing. She's looking a little hurt, but not as hurt as her friends.
Okay, and the other one is on top of me, right on the table. I don't want to get involved in all that, so I'm going to bonus action dagger, I guess.
Okay.
And let's see.
Now you do not get advantage because she is aware that you are there.
Yes, of course.
Having been stabbed.
Okay, so we are going to. You know what? I wonder what happens if I stab her with the. This is probably a bad idea. I'm going to stab her with the.
Whoa.
Ooh,
What was that?
That was a critical hit.
should not have applied sneak attack. I don't know why it did.
Okay. Okay, that's why. I was like, that's so many dice! What?
It was a nat 20 to hit.
Is a hit. So
it should just be 9.
This is with her friend's dagger, the Daven.
Yeah,
Okay.
not David. The other one, the curse dagger.
Oh, okay.
Anastrasia's dagger.
I should have used David. Damn.
I mean, he's been begging you so politely to stab
I
something.
know, and I would have gotten some healing if I'd used David.
So it's
Isn't Daven
17
still on the
total,
wall?
that's right.
Let's see, piercing damage.
And it's magical,
Plus-
so
It's a crit.
I can't really tell
Yeah.
because you're not rolling in Foundry, so it's hard to tell. Like, looks like you're rolling in D&D Beyond. Doesn't really
not
work
showing
the
you-
same.
Oh,
It's
I'm
rolling
sorry.
it completely differently.
Yeah, so it
You want me to
doesn't
just
break it
re-roll?
down the same way. No, it's fine. You've hit
Okay.
and done your damage, but it's and it's a crit. It was good damage, but don't get
Should
sneak attack.
be
this time.
9. It should be 9 piercing with no sneak attack.
Yeah, there's no sneak attack.
Yeah.
There is crit
Or
damage. though.
I see what you're doing. You're doing max damage plus rolled damage.
Yep.
Yeah. So it would be.
No, I got it done already, so
Okay,
that's
cool,
good.
cool.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action and my fancy footwork. Let's see. You may have to move me because I don't want to grab this other person. Is there anywhere I can move? Oh, can I move like...
You're currently
This
under the
way,
table,
under-
so you have about 5 feet left of movement because it's kind of... Well, you're small. You're small, technically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can move around down there without difficult terrain, necessarily.
Okay. 5, 10,
So you have about 15 feet left.
Okay, maybe
I think.
move me to... Oh, there's that other person. No, she's dead. Okay, move me... You know what, actually, I'm going to sit tight right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with you sitting tight right there, wiping the last bits of whatever kind of liquid drained down from above, one of the vampire brides is down in the corner of the table. One of them is jumped up above you, Averade, is climbing the wall, trying to squeeze through above you. And the skull is on the floor, motionless now. Groza is huge. At midnight, you get a view of this one last bride who's standing her ground in front of you. She's starting to look a little more disinterested in this whole situation as well, seeing that her sister is running away.
I think
Wonder Hammer this time.
that is where we will go for our break here for like a 15. Anybody have anything they want to do before we go?
Whitney, I'm sorry I peed on you.
That's all right, man. It was hilarious.
We're killing this one. I'm taking her hammer.
I'm just hoping somebody has mending when we get done with this so I can get cleaned up.
I'll have to check my spell book.
We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes then.
And we are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the chaos that is this Curse of Strahd episode. Up from the dungeons, Averay the werewolf sees her old party in combat. Well, one of her members of her old party, Midnight, I hear myself. That's not good. As they are in combat with the Brides of Strahd, or some of the Brides of Strahd, who seem to rule this house in his stead. And they did not expect to have a 15-foot tall barbarian on top of the table who, despite pissing himself, is laying down the pipe with that steel sword.
It's all part of the strategy.
Midnight, you are imbued with a magical weapon, and your light is shining through it. It has found purchase, destroying the bone golem dragon, and in that time, when it sort of fell to pieces, you felt a relaxation come over you as well. Almost like the being that was drawing you here just took a big, deep, relaxed breath out, like you had cleared him out of something, temporarily at least. He is now more in control. You feel the good presence again fill the room, and the lights seem to sort of come back in slowly as well, as the vampires all sort of recoil from the flickering light, and they notice that the room has gotten brighter. The one on the wall above you, Averay, and the one just beside Wenny, and who is under the table. And it is now this one's turn, who is dead on the ground. She is
Stay dead.
Not moving right now. She turns to mist, however. And
Of course.
she disapparates in a misty form through the floor and down below. Groza, you're up.
Alright. Well, ain't broke, don't fix it, so I'm flanking with Midnight, right?
Yep. Hulk smash.
You are flanking with Midnight. That's a hit. She's probably not going to live through this, I don't think. I don't know.
30.
Alright, first one's 30.
Okay, so she has 25 HP left.
Yes. Hit.
That's a hit.
Kill, kill, kill.
Low rolls, low
Kill,
rolls.
kill, kill, kill. Want that weapon?
Okay, so Midnight, what are you doing right now to distract her as Groza
To distract her. I'm shouting, I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm going to take your weapon, bitch.
And she turns to you like not my sword. And then Groza, how do you finish her?
As she's looking at Midnight, thinking, she just sees my blade swing through her. And it kind of takes her a second to realize that Groza just severed the head from her body.
And she's like, wait, hammer? And her head falls off. Her body begins to also disapparate. Her head is the first part to disappear as her body is becoming misty as well.
Is there any chance to steal that bonk hammer from her?
I will say, because you were looking for it and you were like waiting for that opportunity, I will give you a
We'll do a roll to try for it if that's what
give
you
you a
want.
sleight of hand check.
Oh,
And it's
no.
going to be DC 20 to grab it while she's still there.
Alright, so I have to crit it.
It's crit, you got it.
Oh, nuts. I wish Winnie knew what you were trying to do. He could get it for you.
You could try too if you wanted, noticing that she's about to leave. At least, okay, I'll give you a DC 15 at advantage.
because Winnie is helping try to loot her as she's disapparating as well.
Okay, I can try. No!
So close. Your
Am I
hand
rolling anything?
grasps around it, and it is turned to mist before you can purchase it.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's Groza's full turn.
Well, I do have one more attack. Could I run to the edge of the table, jump, and swing at the one on the ceiling?
Now she is 15 feet up in the air.
And I am 15 feet tall, standing on the table.
So there is a werewolf there, but the werewolf is only 5 feet space. So yeah, you can go like right here and swing at her. Yeah.
Okay,
She's
cool.
within your range because of the taper of this effect on the wall. Is she's really just like right here, right? So. That's a hit.
Oh, I added 211. Never mind. Just add 11.
What?
So it's 37. I fat fingered. It's
Oh,
37
yeah, okay,
damage.
okay. Oh, wow, that's still crazy.
I got too excited.
That's still crazy. Okay, so that's the end of your turn, Groza, as you have
that's
now
That's all I can do.
landed off of the table. The table, bucks around. It's you guys notice it's a well-made table. Whoever did this had some seriously good craftsmanship.
I need to get out of here.
This bride now disappears through the floor as well, and you hear the other one on the wall, who's climbed up the wall now, swear at you guys, and she's like, "Curse all of you! You will all die! You'll never leave this place alive! I will take you myself!" And Avery, you're up. It's your turn.
Blah, 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 hand signs.
As she feels
Is
you
she
closing
climbing?
in. She's like 5 feet above the door. Like she's basically, you can jump and attack her if you want to.
But this is a closed off room. It's not like she's like trying to like climb up and over into another room, right?
Right, but as you know, these things have many times turned to mist, walk through the bars of your
Right.
cell.
Okay.
They quite often move not through the normal means in the chambers, but it does take them effort to move through something like that. So she cast a spell last time, and that prevented her from being able to actually get out of the room at the same turn. She is within your range of a lot of things. If you want to jump, you can attack her. If you want to, you could probably even just climb up the bone pile that's beside you and be within range. If you wanted
No,
to just
I'll
get
just
closer
yeah,
to her
that-
kind of thing.
top of the climb up on top of it, and I will make. All I have are my hands and my teeth. Yeah, so that's what she's going to do.
No, you have that sword you picked up off the bookshelf.
Here's a sword. Cause that's
You said you threw a bunch of stuff into your bag. I guess if you didn't pull it out of your bag, then I guess not. But if you want to, you could have. Up to you.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, then using this fancy, through my couple of daggers, go ahead and take out the. No, because I everything that I put in the bag. Can I just go get it real quick and be like, hang on, wait right there.
Go get the bag.
Go to the other room and get it.
She
It's-
never brought the bag with her.
It's like
Yeah, I
a
didn't bring the
dash
bag
to
with
do
me.
that, though. It would be your whole turn
Yeah.
to do that. So
Okay. Okay, because here
that's
was
right.
here
You
was
bring the bag in.
Yeah, I left everything. But my other consideration was, and maybe Avery needs to do an insight check. Does Avery think that she's trying to get into that other room to head back to the torture area, or do I think that she's just gonna vanish out? Because
she's looking to go possibly up.
So not necessarily
looks like maybe she's going away from where, like, not back to the room you were in. No.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna claw and bite attack. With my, oops, wrong page. With my, is it going to be under?
She's your marked person too, or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 claw attacks.
Oh, that's a miss.
Alright, 2nd claw attack.
Thinking about all of the times she put her claws on you and enjoyed putting her claws, scratching them down your face, watching you sweat, it throws you off.
A lot. And then bonus action. Yeah, I can do that as a bonus action. I can't believe both of those missed.
I'm fine with her
So
still
bonus
being
action.
alive.
Yeah. Nope. That's all I got.
Okay, so she recoils from you. You get parts of the dress stuck in your claws. Oh, I don't know why, but she's supposed to be after Wenny in initiative. She didn't go. So she will actually...
her token disappeared.
Right. Well, because she didn't go, she will disapparate through the wall, upwards towards the ceiling now as well. Not wanting to be stuck in this room with you. Her last words were, you know, you're never getting out of this place alive. And she disappears. Midnight, you are up if you want to do anything else, but there doesn't appear to be anything threatening you in your current vicinity.
So do I recognize that is Avery?
She's on the wall right now, swiping at that creature. We'll drop initiative now, and I'll let her decide if you do. I mean, I'm sure that you've seen Avery before in wolf hybrid form. It was a while now. But...
I don't think that they. Oh well, as a full werewolf, yeah, they had.
Yeah.
I don't think they would ever. But that's as a werewolf, not as a hybrid.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, up to you. You have the floor, guys.
It's up to you if I recognize you or not.
So what you see from your stance is like she was just trying to go up that wall to go after that chick, and she vanishes, disappears, whatever. So like you just see her from the back. Besides maybe you would recognize her brown hair, she's been in a wet dungeon for several days, and she smells, and nothing looks as lush and clean for that. So it's
what I'm hearing is I don't.
I don't think that you would. Not first off. I don't think that you would.
So, like, if I can only see, like, the back view of you, I don't see a face or anything. Midnight will put her hand on her hip where her silver short sword rests and say, "Who are you?"
Ever is still feeling pretty bloodlustful. She turns around. She just kind of looks at the other two, especially this tall person who just attacked someone else.
Staring daggers at you right now because you're a werewolf.
Yeah, and I don't know where anyone is in my house to answer the door, but yeah. So she's gonna look at the other two, and sorry, hang on real quick.
Okay, so Wenny, what are you thinking when you're it looks like you're moving to the other side of the table.
Well, I can't get out from under the table. That's why I'm moving to the other side of the table.
He's stuck
There
from
we
under
go.
the table.
So when he crawls out from under the table,
That's where you
finally.
hid. That's where you stay.
Yeah. I was trying to message you without distracting the game. Yeah, so when he'll come out, he would have come out from, like, you know, right here somewhere. Probably right here. So he may not even notice the werewolf at first. He's gonna look at Midnight and Groza and say, where did that one go? The one that got me? Is she dead?
It turned into mist and went through the floor. One went through the ceiling, and now we got this werewolf to deal with. Should I just kill it? It looks pretty injured already.
Werewolf?
Yeah, it's a werewolf.
So Midnight's kind of like putting up her hand as like the hold sign. And say, there's a chance I could know this one. Wait.
Yeah, Avery looks at you and
Cool.
like kind of like pushes her hair off to the side so that like maybe like even though she's like all like furry face almost out, you can still see like it's her face, and she starts kind of calming down and kind of shifting back more into her humanoid form, or her elf form. She's gonna walk past these two and go straight to Midnight, not saying anything.
Well, as you start walking, I'm gonna stick my greatsword between you and Midnight to kind of stop you, and just look at Midnight. Is this your friend, or am I gonna get a little cutty?
She'll kind of like cock her head to the side and say, Avery?
No, Groza.
No, idiot, I'm Avery.
Benya, I know this one. She's
Alright,
fine.
so I'll retract my greatsword.
She's cool. She's not gonna hurt anyone. She doesn't do that.
Well, that's debatable.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
she
not
did,
you
like,
guys.
throw some daggers and cut into that other vampire lady. That looked pretty painful to me.
I think we should get moving.
Yep.
We got a dragon skull to get out of here.
Yeah, let me just take a quick look around this room.
Dragon skull.
She'll point to this dragon skull on the ground behind her. That.
I've been in this room before, right?
Yeah, you've been in this room briefly. No, wait.
Bone room.
No, you would have been brought through the teleporter room
Okay.
that I showed you before. Yeah.
DM, do I take a quick look around for secret doors? in this
Sure,
room?
yeah. There's another door on the other side of the room here. And the one that the wolf came barging through on the left side. The one that you guys came through is here, but the skull is now on the floor there. Sitting out for you to...
Remembering the map, I think we can use this to get to the nearest stairway. But I want to see if there's any hidden, any hidden doors in here real quick, just to satisfy my curiosity.
You can do a perception check then.
Yeah, I think I get advantage for being a dungeon delver.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I will ask Avery, do you know a quicker way out of here?
She's gonna look at Midnight, look at those two, and look at the dragon head. You came into this horrible place for that.
Yes, and she'll like kind of wrestle at her bag and like pull out the hilt, just the hilt of the incomplete sword, so I can get this working.
Fred doesn't really have much knowledge of anything, but just coming into this horrendous place for willingly coming into some place, as far as she knows, to get an item seems insane. And she'll just kind of shake her head. And I know that there's they've been teleporting people in and out of here. That's how I got here, and it's up that way. Points towards the door. Oh,
Like the door she came in through?
Yeah, but and then she's gonna go back into that room. Yeah, when she's like through that door, and she's gonna remember all the other stuff that's in there.
You said there's a teleporter here?
Yeah, up top. How do you think that they get through and they steal the children for the werewolf fights? How do you think that they're coming into all these villages? How do you think Strahd just pops in and out of anywhere that he damn well pleases?
I figure he uses legs.
Oh, he's not. He skips leg day.
Oof. While they're talking, Gross is pulling out rope and tying handles around, tying it around the skull and like grip handles.
Okay.
Good idea.
So the
And
skull
he's
is
just gonna
500
lift
pounds.
up the skull.
So what's your strength score?
25.
25. So that lets
So
you
my
lift
push
15
dragon
times.
lift is 750 pounds.
So you can push, drag, or lift this thing 5 feet per turn, kind of thing, on your own.
I start. Okay.
Or what's the? I believe that's the push, drag, or pull is 5 feet, or is it half your movement? Just curious. I want to know like what your pace would be here. You know.
That's a good question.
If he's not encumbered. Because I know his capacity just increases insanely with that potion.
Right, it would be carrying capacity versus
Skull
versus
weight.
total ability to
Yes.
lift and stuff like that. They're different numbers, right? So like if it's a carrying capacity of 750, that's insane.
No, it's not carrying capacity. It's just my carrying capacity is like 375 right now.
Right. So if anything above 375, you would be able to push, pull, or drag, which is like reduced movement and everything, right?
It reduces your movement to
It'll
5
probably be
feet.
half movement.
5
Does
feet.
it?
It's to 5.
Yeah.
You can
So
only
you can
move 5
drag
feet at
this
a
thing
time.
around. You can definitely lift it on your own. You can move it around and stuff, but it is
We wouldn't get anywhere
500
fast.
pounds. And even if you're 15 feet tall, it's still a heavy thing. It's gonna. You can drag it around, but nobody else can even move it on their own. It doesn't even budge 5 feet, right? So.
All right, so Gross has got it up, and he looks at Midnight. It's like, go, pick a direction, run.
Let's go
Avery,
out
take
this
us to the
door.
teleport.
Oh, to the teleporter. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
If there's a teleporter, we're taking that. It'll get us further away.
Absolutely. Were there any secret doors in here?
There were no secret doors in here besides the doors that you haven't gone through. The door that you haven't gone through to the side, to the right here.
Okay.
It's not secret though. There are, like I said, 3 doors, but the 2 of them are not big enough to fit this skull through.
Oh, so we have to go out this way. Gotcha.
The way you came is the only way to bring this skull out of the door in its current
Shit balls.
Because it's too big.
configuration. And Groza, you probably wouldn't be able to fit through the doors right now either.
I mean, I can duck down.
Like only this one big one, because the other doors are 5 feet wide. And if you're 15 feet, I mean, that's
You're
a
wider than
serious
5.
check. That's
That would be like a
serious
squeeze check or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it looks
So-
like I have to go out the way we came. So, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Watch your feet.
Every we're gonna have to use that teleporter to get him and the skull out. Otherwise, we can't leave with it.
Like, you can't. It's a huge like brazier thing, and it has a like hourglass above it. Like it's like it doesn't just pick up and move. It's a you go to it kind of thing. You go to the
Is there any doors big enough to get him in the skull through it? To that room?
Not from where I think I came in from behind a bookshelf.
A bookshelf, eh?
Yeah, my whole knowledge of here is a horrible torture dungeon that's covered in disgusting things for several days while a bunch of bitches cut me. So all I know is bookshelf, you guys, dragon head, teleport. Slash, I need to
Wait,
go back
I
in
think
here.
I see where it
and
might
I
be.
actually have to go back in this room. Back in this room real quick.
Let's go this way. Follow me. Shall we go out?
Go out the big door.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably try to give you guys. If Groza goes out that door, you're carrying the skull, so you should be able to just click on that. Like if you go to your journals tab, you should be able to click on that thing and head out the door. If you need to, or it should be a door symbol that you can click.
There we go. Lantern on.
Same with you, Avare.
I'll go back in this.
Symbol.
Let's.
If you guys don't, then I'll come join you. But if everybody else stop moving because
I can see it, but it's not letting me leave.
Okay, I'm going to just copy your token of both of you guys, I guess. And paste you out here. We'll also give you guys the skull token to carry. Oops, that's too small.
Yep.
We'll ask Knight, what is your intention with that? Where is that going back to?
To where it belongs, Castle Argynvost.
You're just gonna... I mean, I don't know what you guys went through to get up here, but
we walked through the front door.
There was nothing else down there?
There was a butler, but he let us down here. Strahd's not here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to move.
If I remember correctly on the map that the priest showed us, this might be the door we need.
Because we should at least remember the layout from the map.
It appears to be locked.
I'm gonna try to join you guys.
Avery will tell Midnight. I have to go back. I have to go back. There's items. I have to go get my stuff. I can't walk around like this. If I have to go get my stuff, I have to go get a meal. I have to. But that all of that is back towards the teleporter. I don't know where it goes. I don't know. Maybe I can meet you guys there.
Everett, my best advice to you, is she's like looking you up and down, would be to get your crap and run.
Okay, guys, 1 second. I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm having troubles with the map here, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it just booted around. Me.
Oh,
me
okay.
Let me check. Oh.
So, Avare, you... Oh, wrong one.
Oh. Yeah, I'm in a different map as well.
This one.
That's... Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I got it. I have had an issue on this side, and I don't know. Groza, are you back yet?
No, it kicked me.
It kicked you. So can you restart again?
I am. I have to go back through our messages and find the password.
Oh.
Just a sec. I mean, you can continue on without me.
No, I apologize about that. That was my bad. I'll give you guys a description of what's in this hallway, because you guys shouldn't have really been moving around here without me anyways. So, no, that's fine. You're there. Stop moving. Okay. I'll pause it. So down in this hallway as you come out of the room, you notice that the skull will obviously not fit the way you came up this way here where the elevator shaft came in. It's too large for that. There is seemingly a stairway down at the end of this hallway. This is also, Wenny, where you saw a giant spider moving around in this area.
There is a light open, or a doorway open over here, and light coming through, and like before you hear crackling sounds and almost like muffled screams in a way coming from there. Also, when you're right here, Wenny, you can make me a perception check as well, as you've walked a little bit down the hallway.
Okay.
I'm gonna get everybody to give me a stealth check as well, to see just incidentally how stealthy you've been as you are walking out of this room.
That's not gonna. Because I rolled that at disadvantage, so that's not gonna.
Okay, so Wenny, over here on this wall, you see a crack in the wall. And little, every once in a while, a little bit of dust will get blown. Like a couple of pieces of stone will blow away from the crack. Like there's a draft there. And that must be where the sound is coming from.
So I think the sound is coming from here.
Yeah, there's a draft sound coming from there. That's added to, like, you hear that creepy sound throughout the whole area, and now you've identified the source of it in a way.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to share that. I'm going to point, turn around and point, and make eye contact with my group and point at that crack. Kind of want to find out what's in the peek in this door.
Yeah, it's not letting me back in.
Really?
Oh, that's
yeah.
I
it's not
noticed
accepting
that
the
it said
password.
you have been kicked from the world, and I was like, what? What can we do about that? I guess we can just restart the server, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to do that in a second here. Wenny, you wanted to move up to this door?
I want to stealth up just enough to peek in.
Okay, did you give me a stealth check?
Yeah, it was, I think it was a
12.
dirty 20.
So Midnight's a little clumpy. But you definitely feel like you are stealthy as you sneak to the other side of this doorway and get yourself a look into that room.
Sweet Lord, that is horrifying.
You see blood and guts all over the countertops. Body parts of all kinds are strewn all over this room. Fresh body parts. And a bubbling pit, a cauldron over there. And I'm just going to restart the server quick here. I think it should just take a second, but we'll have to check.
I will have to be dipping out here in the next 4 minutes, though, at 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunately.
Well, that's a good enough time to stop, I guess. Yeah, considering the technical issues and everything else.
Yeah,
you guys,
that could take a while.
When you start next episode, I'll give you a minute to sort of discuss what you've just been through, realizing kind of what's going on. You have this skull that looks like it has to go up this staircase or something of the sort. Yeah, we can start from there next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me come back. Yay!
We are glad to have you. Let us...
Always so fun.
We will see you guys in Discord, hopefully. If you're not a member of our Discord yet, join it. You have a chance to play, maybe even. We're still filling up one more spot, I think, for a Saturday night game. So if you are watching now and you want to enjoy a group of some crazy Feywild-esque adventures in Barovia here, you can join them on Saturday nights, potentially. And we have our Friday night group all ready to go almost. We might even be getting together this Friday, so we'll see. If not, it's going to be the next Friday, and we're going to be playing 3 days a week of Strahd soon. So, yay! That's enough talking.
Yeah.
That's about 4 minutes. So we'll see you guys next week. have a great week, guys, and thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Until next time.